Fontana Pretoria in Palermo is a fountain surrounded by nude statues. These statues were created in Florence and transported here. Because they are nude, it's also called the Fountain of Shame. Fontana Pretoria was originally built in 1544 in Florence by the Florentine Renaissance sculptor Francesco Camilliani. It was intended to be placed in a garden belonging to a Florentine aristocrat who fell in deep debt. In 1573, he sold the fountain to the city of Palermo. When the fountain was being transported to Palermo, it was disassembled in 644 pieces. When it arrived at Palermo, it was assembled by Camillo Camilliani, son of Francesco Camilliani. The central part of the fountain is a large circular basin with a multi-tiered structure, surrounded by nude statues of nymphs, tritons, gods, and goddesses, and decorated with the animals. Fontana Pretoria is a typical Renaissance art. The Renaissance movement began in Florence in the 14th century and spread across Europe. It was marked by a revival of the values, aesthetics, and ideas of ancient Greece and Rome, where the human body was celebrated as a subject of beauty, power, and divine inspiration. It was during the Renaissance when the art of nudity was revived and it became popular. Renaissance artists drew inspiration from ancient sculptures, which emphasized the proportion, balance, and harmony. This classical influence encouraged the artists to explore the human figure in its most natural state, often using nudes to represent gods, heroes, and mythological figures. Although nudity in art was fashionable in Florence and possibly elsewhere in Europe at the time, it shocked the conservative residents of Palermo when they saw the arrival of Fontana Pretoria. They called it Fontana della Vergogna, meaning the Fountain of Shame. They often associated the fountain with the corrupt government officials of Palermo. Over the centuries, Fontana Pretoria is famous for being a great Renaissance art, but carries a controversial reputation. It's probably the largest open-air display of Renaissance art in Palermo. The fountain has become a symbol of Palermo's eclectic and sometimes provocative cultural heritage, blending Renaissance art with the local Baroque style. Today, the society is much more tolerant toward the art of nudity. Fontana Pretoria remains a popular tourist attraction, admired for its artistic beauty and historical significance.